Hello! Today we'll be showing you how to replace the LCD in a Lenovo N21 Chromebook. First, you will need a few tools. An anti-static mat is recommended to prevent electrostatic discharge, which can damage electronic parts. A small, magnetic tip Phillips head screwdriver will be necessary for this replacement. A spudger will also come in handy during this replacement. You can use either plastic or metal, whichever you prefer. You will need a heat gun for this replacement. If you have tweezers, you might also want to have them handy, as they may be useful when dealing with small parts. The first step will be to remove the 4 rubber feet from the bottom cover. Next, you will remove the 10 bottom cover screws. Now, you will use a spudger to carefully pry up the palm rest assembly. Next, you will disconnect the keyboard cable from the motherboard. Now, you will disconnect the touchpad cable from the motherboard. Next, you will disconnect the battery cable from the motherboard. Now, you will disconnect the data cable from the motherboard. Next, you will disconnect the 2 Wi-Fi antenna cables from the Wi-Fi card. Now, you will remove the 2 hinge screws from each of the 2 hinges. Now that the top assembly is removed, the next step will be to remove the 6 rubber screw covers on the front bezel. The 2 rubber covers below the Lenovo logo on either side do not need to be removed. Now, you will remove the 6 front bezel screws. Next, you will carefully pry up the bezel. You will find that the bottom of the bezel may be difficult to remove. Use the heat gun to loosen the adhesive, and then you can remove the bezel. Now, you will remove the 4 LCD mounting screws. Next, you will disconnect the LCD cable from the back of the LCD. The LCD is now removed. The first step in the installation of your replacement LCD will be to reconnect the LCD cable to the back of the LCD. Next, you will set the LCD back into place and replace the 4 LCD mounting screws. Now, you will snap the front bezel back into place. Next, you will replace the 6 front bezel screws. Now, you will replace the 6 rubber screw covers on the front bezel. Next, you will line up the hinges on the bottom cover and replace the 2 hinge screws on each of the 2 hinges. Now, you will reconnect the data cable to the motherboard. Next, you will reconnect the two Wi-Fi antenna cables to the Wi-Fi card. Now, you will reconnect the battery cable to the motherboard. Next, you will reconnect the touchpad cable on the bottom of the palm rest assembly to the motherboard. Now, you will reconnect the keyboard cable to the motherboard. Next, you will snap the palm rest assembly back into place. Now, you will replace the 10 bottom cover screws. The final step will be to replace the 4 rubber feet on the bottom cover. You have now successfully replaced the LCD in your Lenovo Chromebook. Good job!